Hi, it's Tracy Fink with the Tortoise Institute with another edition of Wednesday Wisdom. At the Tortoise Institute, well, I have a reboot, so I'm just putting it out there for you. At the Tortoise Institute, we work with women entrepreneurs and managers, and we help them treat themselves as they would their best clients. So what we're seeing is that the people who we work with are amazing at client service. They show up fully present, they are patient, they are solutions oriented, not quick to judge a failure or a setback. They are tender, fierce when they need to be. And I am offering those same skills that people already have to put them back on themselves when they are faced with a challenge or setback. So when we pose it that way, it's easy to understand. People already have the skills, so they know how to do it. They just kind of need permission to do it for themselves. So I can help you with that. If this is something that resonates with you, please give me a shout. So our topic today, I found this book and I love it. And it's been so helpful for me during this time because it's called Wintering, the Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Catherine May. So we are in winter, literally and figuratively for many people. But literally, it's cold, it's dark, it gets dark early. I'm in Boston area in the US, and we've had a blizzard here and we're expecting another storm. And, calling on the resources that we have, heat and food and music and TV and books. So while it's raging outside, I can bring in those things that bring me comfort on the inside. The things that restore me, the things that enable me to hunker down so that when things settle down outside, I can emerge recharged. It's kind of what Catherine Mayer is saying. I just took some notes. I'm going to read from my notes. Is that winter is that slowing down, resting, giving our bodies some respite, creating a state of mind like that cyclical, seasonal weather pattern that replenishes us. What she also says, and this is what was like, she says that wintering can also come at any point in our life when we feel dark or frozen over. So, she starts out in the book that winter can begin in blistering sunshine when she found out that her husband was ill. So with illness, surgery, COVID, financial despair, emotional angst, all of that could lead to our wintering. And when it happens, it can bring sadness and shame and paranoia and humiliation and feeling that we failed. And it's not until we start talking about it that other people begin to share their stories of wintering. Because we all have it. We're all going to winter. We're all going to suffer. We're all going to have some kind of thing in our life that brings us to this place of retreat and slowing down and stopping and causing us to kind of, leave the land of the living because we have to take care of ourselves in some way, or we have to take care of somebody else. So we want to, while we're in it, offering ourselves this self-care of kindness and rest and restorative practices, but also maybe asking ourselves, what can we learn in this moment? What can we do to take with us to remember that this won't last, that summer is around the corner, but we have to go through the winter and we also have to go through the spring. It's a process. I want to read you a passage that has resonated with me. I hope it resonates with you. Here is another truth. This is from the book, Wintering. Here is another truth about wintering. You'll find wisdom in your winter, and once it's over, it's your responsibility to pass it on. And in return, it's our responsibility to listen to those who have wintered before us. It's an exchange of gifts in which nobody loses out. This may involve the breaking of a lifelong habit, one passed down carefully through generations, that of looking at other people's misfortunes and feeling certain that they brought upon themselves in a way that you would never. This isn't just an unkind attitude. It does us harm because it keeps us from learning that disasters do indeed happen and how we can adapt when they do. It stops us from reaching out to those who are suffering. And when our own disaster comes, it forces us into a humiliated retreat as we try to hunt down mistakes that we never made in the first place or wrong-headed attitudes that we never held. Either that, or we become certain that there must be someone out there that we can blame. Watching winter and really listening to its messages, we can learn that effect is often disproportionate to cause, that tiny mistakes can lead to huge disasters, that life is often bloody unfair, but it carries on happening with or without our consent. We learn to look more kindly on other people's crises because they are so often portents of our own future. We're all going to go through our winter. No one is unscathed. So how do we do it? With grace for ourselves, for our own suffering, for the invitation to rest, for retreat, for restoring behaviors, for kindness, for knowing that this will not last, for looking to other people, for inviting them to share their winter wisdom with us, for taking cues from nature, watching animals who get ready to hibernate, that they prepare for it, that they stock up on their resources, that they use their energy most efficiently. Lots of lessons out there for us to take so that we can get through this, not wishing it away, but accepting it as it is and thinking about how do we want to be in this time? How do we want to show up for ourselves? So good luck and stay warm, and I'll see you next time.